Welcome to my cluttered garage. I'm really glad you're here. A place where we can laugh and talk and days are filled with cheer. The clouds of sun may come and go, but one thing's always clear. Welcome back, my friend. You know I'm really glad you're here. Yeah.
Hey, welcome back, my friends. I am really glad you're here, and I want to welcome you to live stream number 221. It's December 8th, 2025. How are you this evening? Well, welcome. And if you haven't been here before, I want to tell you that we have an exciting show tonight because I've got a guest coming on here. You watched the tractor parade that I recorded, a couple weeks ago? And that was at the Coombs farm in Elmer, New Jersey. I traveled all the way to Elmer, New Jersey to record the tractor parade. And I spoke with Amanda, who I've known for several years now. And I reached out and said, hey, how would you like to join a live stream to talk about agritourism? And that's what we're going to do tonight. We are going to be talking with Amanda Coombs from Coombs Barnyard. And the word of the night is agritourism. It's kind of a fun word, and we'll talk about what that means and what she's doing with the family farm. So we'll bring her on here in just a minute. But first of all, I do want to mention, if you're new to the live stream, what we do here every week, pretty much every week from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Monday nights is talk about things I do here on the channel, things we do on the property, the rural lifestyle, compact tractors, attachments, all kinds of things like that. So that's what we do. And then Monday nights we get together and just kind of hang out and, get to know each other a little bit better. So if it is your first time here, please say hi in the live chat. It's a highly interactive live stream. So say hi in the live chat. Let me know how you found the channel. Was it on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok? And we would like to welcome you as one of our Monday night regulars. So meanwhile, as we go on tonight, if you have a question for me, for Amanda, for just a question in general, if you post it in the live chat on Facebook or YouTube, because we're broadcasting on both Facebook and YouTube, post your question like this with the word question followed by your question. And that helps us to see it a little bit better as we're looking through all the comments that go flying by. And then a little bit later on, we're going to do a sticker giveaway like we do every week. So you want to stick around for that. At the end of the night, I'll be giving away my famous stickers, the logo sticker, and this one here, Fun Time as well. And I think Amanda might even have a little something to add to that. So be sure to stick around for that. Other than that, sit back, enjoy, and help me welcome Amanda Coombs from Coombs Barnyard. Hello, Amanda.
Hi, good evening.
How are you this evening?
I'm good. How are you?
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you so much for jumping on and joining me tonight. I know it was a little spontaneous, not a whole lot of notice, but I really appreciate it.
I just want to say I want to thank you for coming out to the parade last year and this year. We really, really enjoyed your video. So that's why I'm here.
It's a fun time. I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad to see it growing from last year to this year even. Yeah. I feel like there was a lot more growth with tractor participants, with guests coming. And of course, I mentioned in the video, you have that beautiful event venue that you built. We'll talk about that a little bit later tonight as well. So you are, you're moving along there. And in your true entrepreneurial spirit, when I asked you to come on the live stream, you were just like, sure, I'll do whatever you need. So yeah. I appreciate it. So let's talk about, first of all, let's talk about the family farm. You live on a family farm that's what, like 500 acres or so?
Right.
Which is amazing because people don't think of New Jersey as farmland. And I always kind of educate people that we're in a part of New Jersey that is different than a lot of other places. That we have a tremendous farming community here. We are the Garden State, so I think that comes from us. But people are surprised to know that there are big farms in this area.
Yeah, when we have truckers that come in, they're used to North Jersey, Newark, Trenton. So when they come down here, they feel like they're in a, whole different state.
It really is. It really
Yeah.
feels like that, and we're in a unique area because we're so close to everything. That if you want to go to the beach one day, you can go there. If you want to go into the city, you can get to the city, Philadelphia, or even, if you feel like driving 3 hours north or taking a train, you can be in New York City. But we've got forests, and I love New Jersey. I tell everybody that New Jersey's gotten a bad rap, but it's a neat state. That we have mountains and farmland and everything.
Beaches, yeah.
It's like the whole country in one little state. So it's pretty neat. So, but anyway, so you grew up on this farm, and
Yes.
the farm was run by your family for multiple generations, right?
Yes. I'm the ninth generation on the farm. My kids are obviously the 10th. So we've been here a long time.
That's neat. I should have thought of the math earlier, but 9 generations goes back really
17.
several hundred years, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's really amazing. And primary product or crop for your farm, it's a crop farm, and through the years it was potatoes, right?
Yes, that was the main moneymaker. We do grain rotation into, for a ground rotation, crop rotation, but potatoes was the mainstay.
For many, many years, right?
Many years.
Yeah. So that's great. And that was run by mostly your family, your parents, your sister,
Yes.
yourself, and I know there were some other relatives that worked as well. And you've got grandparents as well.
Yeah.
And I know you've got relatives that still farm, but other areas, other lots and whatnot. So it's a big operation.
A lot of work.
Now, so you grew up on the farm and you became a young adult. You left town, never to return.
Right.
So what happened to little Amanda when she turned 18 and saw the farm in the rearview mirror? Where did you go, and what did you do with that few years of your life?
So I went to college, and then when I got out of college, I took a job working for the DEP, which is like the farmer's worst nightmare. So, that was special. So I worked there in Trenton for 5 years. And then when I started having kids, I came back to the farm to help out.
So working with the DEP, which is the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection, were you able to be a voice for the farmer?
So my role was as community relations coordinator. So we went out and did a lot of water testing. If gas station tanks leaked, I actually did a lot of cases where soil fumigants had gotten into the groundwater. So we were going out sampling people's wells, putting treatment systems on for them. So a voice for the farmer, a voice for the community, I would say.
Okay.
There was a group of us, like we would each take a different site, and we would be the representative for the person they could call and talk to a human when, things weren't going well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all in a roundabout way, that does help the community and the farmer.
Yes.
And we don't want petroleum leaching into the farm field.
No.
So that was important as well. So you did that for several years. And what brought you back to the farm?
I was home with kids. My dad needed help. Some family stuff was going on. So I stepped in to help him. And, the farm is like, we call it, it's a vortex. You kind of get sucked into the vortex. And once you're in, you can't get out.
Yeah.
So
for better or for worse, right?
Yes. So, and then I was helping my dad, but I was starting to build the agritourism business on the side, just very slowly because my kids were little, and it just kept growing and kept growing. And, now it's all we're doing. Yeah.
So you still have the family still has the farm.
Yes.
And, your parents are, I don't know if they're retired or retiring.
Well, you can never really retire from the vortex. You're
right.
Kind of,
that's true. You're in it, right?
Yeah,
you're in it.
Yeah.
So
no, my mom helps a ton with field trips, and my dad's always helping fix stuff or, cut her the ground, help me I break things quite frequently. So he's a huge help with that.
Word of that, right?
Yeah.
So your operation of the Coombs Barnyard is really a piece of the farm.
Right.
So you're less involved with the full operation of the farm, and you're
Right.
focused on this smaller area, which really is the agritourism part of it.
Yes.
And how did that come about? Like, when did you start thinking about agritourism? I guess, why don't we back up a second, and why don't we try to define what agritourism is? Do you have a concise definition that would explain to people?
Not a concise, but our big focus here is education. So we want kids to come out, be exposed to farm life, see the animals, interact with the animals, work in the garden, plant stuff, harvest stuff. So just getting kids back outside and doing stuff that I feel like we all did growing up, but now kids, they don't play like that anymore. So it's basic stuff. There's nothing fancy. But I felt, after having kids and seeing how kids played different, they, would be on electronics instead of outside playing. I just thought there's a real need to do this. So our goal here is primarily education, and then we throw in some entertainment as well. So agritourism for me is educating people about farming, but making it entertaining so that they want to come here.
And I would guess a big part of that education, or the big takeaway for a lot of people, would be, you don't need 500 acres to do some of these things.
Right.
Like you said, gardening,
Yep.
it's small scale agriculture. People have, some farm animals. Some people raise them for the 4-H, or maybe for their own consumption, like homesteading, maybe for pets. But there's space for all people, basically, and all size properties. So you started. What was the first thing you did when you said, I think this is agritourism, or did you have a definite plan that I'm going to start a program now?
No, it just so we already grew pumpkins. So it just made sense that we did a pumpkin patch. So our first event, I think we had 20 people sign up to come out to pick pumpkins, because we had previously just sold, out front of the farm or wholesale market. So that was our first event. And then I think the following year, my oldest son's preschool trip came here. So that was our first field trip. And it just, word of mouth kind of spread. At the time, I think there was only one other place in Salem County that was doing pumpkin picking and field trips and that kind of stuff. So I feel like we had the opportunity to really seize the business there and grow. And even now, I think we're the only ones that are doing, I don't want to say the only ones, because there are other places doing it now. But the full scale farm, I feel like we're one of the few.
So you still do the pick your own pumpkin?
Pick your own pumpkin. We do a flashlight corn maze in October. We do pick your own sunflowers. We do a ton of field trips. I think we had field trips from middle of September to end of November this year, we used to just do them in October. A lot of birthday parties. The tractor parade. We do camp in the summer for kids.
So the camp is really, that seems ambitious to me, because you're bringing in, a number of kids. What's the age group for the farm camp?
So the farm camp is ages 5 to 12, and we started out as 2 weeks, 25 kids a week, and we're now at 7 weeks, 45 kids a week. So it definitely, we sell out every year. There's always a wait list. So that program has really, I feel like, helped us boost our agritourism, because it helps feed into the birthday parties and the field trips, and the kids want to come back with their families to do the corn maze. So the farm camp is a huge, huge draw for us.
And if people don't know what a corn maze is, I've got a picture here on my phone. This is something else than what you've done here. You think about a corn maze as maybe just being lines through the corn, but that's really involved. How do you even develop that?
So there's a guy called Don, the corn maze guy, and if I every year I have to give him what my idea is for the theme for the corn maze and tell him kind of like what figures I want in the corn maze, and then he maps it out. So the cornfield gets planted like a regular cornfield. When it's about 2 feet tall, he comes and cuts it with his 0-turn mower. And then we go behind him with a backpack sprayer, which is one of the worst jobs ever. My kids hate it every year. And we spray it because corn is a grass, so it just keeps coming back. So we have to spray it, and then we often have to spray it again. And because the weeds are so bad, we usually have to spray it again. So this year's maze was 8 acres. So it takes about 3 hours to hand spray all those little paths that you see there.
Yeah. And this is a tribute to your mother, is that right?
Yes. Yeah. So last year we did the tribute to my dad, and Betty felt left out. So this year we did it for her.
Well, Betty got honored for sure.
Yes.
So when you're developing the corn maze and you're spraying, you're mowing, can you even tell what it is from the ground? Like, do you get a feel for it, or do you just feel like you're just walking through?
I feel like so one of my kids walks in front of me and highlights where we go. So that way we make sure we spray everything. So he has an idea of where we're at, but I'm just head down spraying.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
so
really...
I need ideas for 2026 corn maze if anybody has them.
For themes? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and you need to plan that soon, right? Because he
usually likes to have them by January, so it's coming.
And is the corn maze in conjunction with the pumpkin picking? Like, these are all fall
Yes.
events, right?
Yes. Sometimes in the summer, the kids will go through at camp, when the corn's not, all the way obviously fully grown. So we do sometimes use it at camp, but it's mostly for the fall events and field trips, birthday parties in the fall.
Right. And when it's all over, are you able to harvest any corn from it? Do you get any? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we have a lot of pieces on the ground, but we go over the rules when people come in. We try to say, leave the corn on the stalk, so that way we can't, because we do harvest it at the end of the season.
Right. And do you still sell corn stalks? Is that that you can get from that too, or?
Yeah, I do.
Good.
I do. Yep. I sell them out front with the pumpkins.
So that's using all your resources, right? That's
trying.
That's great. So you do that. The farm camp is how many times a year?
7. It'll be 7 weeks this year. So between June, I think it's June 22nd to August, I think it's 17th maybe this year. 7 of those 8 weeks. We run camp Monday to Thursday, 8:30 to 12:30.
So when a person signs up for farm camp, how long is camp for them? Is it for the full 7 weeks, or do you have multiple camps?
Well, we did have one kid last summer. He did all 6 weeks, but typically people sign up for 1 week.
Okay.
Sometimes 2. Last year was the first year we've had somebody sign up for all 6 weeks. So, it kind of gets a little bit redundant for the kid. But by the end, he knew the routine. He could have put on a staff shirt and just been a worker at that point.
Right. That's really neat. And you have kids come from out of state as well, not just local.
Yeah.
Kids sign up.
Yep. We have kids that are visiting family or grandparents, and that, they're looking for stuff for the kids to do for the week. We have people drive from down the shore to come for the week. Very
nice. So, Chris is one of my moderators. We'll look through some comments here, but Chris, I see you're out there. So if you would share Amanda's website, it's coombsbarnyard.com. Is that right?
Yes. I was reading the comments. Sorry.
That's okay. Pay attention, Amanda.
I'm sorry.
No, I can't read and talk at the same time. It's difficult. So we'll look through some comments here. If you have any questions for Amanda about farming, about agritourism, we'd love to hear what questions you might have this evening. And thank you to everybody who's watching tonight. We have a lot of people on tonight, and it's always great to have you here as well.
I see somebody's question. Are the campers mostly local? We get a lot of local kids, but we do get them from other areas as well. Would love to partner up with somebody to bring in urban kids.
Yeah, that would be great. And obviously, I'm assuming you have no accommodations for kids to stay at the farm, right? To sleep
No,
over. No, right.
no. They would love it though.
That's a whole nother level, right?
That's a whole nother level.
Maybe that's
We're
your
not.
next. Maybe that's your next goal is to have cabins at the farm.
That would be fun.
It would be fun.
Yeah,
Everything
I don't
takes
think we're ready for.
time and money, right?
Yes, yeah. We could all just sleep in the new barn.
Well, that's true. I mean, those of us who grew up in the country, that's how we slept. You know, I grew up playing at my neighbor's farm, and we camped out in the woods or in the hay barn. It was a good time. So, all right, I'm looking for any more comments. We mentioned siblings, and Mark has a question. Do you have any siblings there working with you, or is this all basically you at this point?
It's me, my parents, my kids. I have some amazing volunteers. We are a nonprofit. The Coombs Barnyard part is. So we have a lot of volunteers that step in and help out, some part-time staff. So I'm not here alone, but the majority of it, I do a lot of it.
That's great. How's it been in the industry without picking on anybody, but is it challenging being a female farmer?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I just, that's a loaded question there. No, I think definitely there's a level of respect sometimes that I feel like as a woman you have to really earn, and you have to be firm but not mean, and that there's sometimes a balance there for people to take you seriously.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand exactly what you're saying. I have friends and relatives, you know, who are female and leaders, and I get it. You know, I've seen it with them. It's difficult that it's just our culture that if you're a strong male, then you're respected. If you're a strong female, then you're maybe,
Right.
you know,
Not nice words.
yeah, exactly. So it's just what we accept. But anyway, I give you full credit for everything you're doing, and most of the big businesses I've been involved with or seen, you know, that women kind of run the show. So don't listen to anybody criticizing or.
I just feel like we have to work a little bit harder to gain the respect more naturally.
Well, I think that's true. And as a person of the male persuasion, I would like to apologize for anything that
Okay.
for that, because I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that kind of behavior from folks. But you're right, and it's even difficult I think for fellow females sometimes to accept that. It's not that men are hard on you, but I think sometimes women too. It's just what we're getting used to, and these things are kind of changing through time. So I do have a question here about your sunflowers too. We didn't talk about that too much. Do you rotate your sunflower patch, or?
So I have rotated the sunflower patch. The direction we're going in for next year, we're probably going to keep it behind the barn. There's a field right behind the barn that we're going to kind of turn into a garden area. So half of it will be a garden area. The other half will be a playground area. Once we recover from the building of the barn, we're going to move to work on the outside. But I just saw that Agritourism grant that you sent to me, and that looked like something that I could maybe apply for there. So
that'd be great. That was through the, I don't remember if that was through state or federal.
I think it was state.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And there are grants and groups to support agritourism, agriculture. And I think it's great that people see the value in farms and farming, and that we need to support that. You know, we don't want to see our communities overdeveloped, and I think supporting your type of business or production farming is really important, because when you lose that land, you don't get it back.
Right. Right. And we do have, amazing community support from neighbors. Like I said, the camp families, the people that come out and sit in 30-degree weather to watch a tractor parade. We do have a lot of support. So we're very thankful for that, because we obviously wouldn't be here if people weren't coming out.
That's right. That's right. And it's great feedback for you to realize there's an interest in this. I mean, when you schedule an event and people show up, you really don't know what's going to be successful, what's not going to be successful. And thank goodness I think you've touched on something that you're kind of filling a need there.
I feel like our area, we don't have a ton of things to do. So I think trying to, like I said, get people out, get the community together, trying different things, like you said, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work. That's where we're at this point, trying to figure out what events work here, what events don't. Like, we know obviously the camp works, the corn maze works, but just now that we have the new barn, just trying to make use of that for as many things as we can.
Any plans to sell Christmas trees or anything like that? I mean, I know you're not a Christmas tree farm, but
I would definitely be interested. It just becomes, where do we put all of them? We'd have to truck them in. I'm a fake Christmas tree girl, so I hate so I don't know a lot about them. So I would have to either partner up with somebody that did, or figure a lot of it out, because I don't. Like, we talked about we did a wreath making class here. We had another florist come in to run that class, but people loved it. And they wanted to have more classes with her. But I can't teach that. So I would have to partner up with somebody that
right
that had the knowledge.
So a question here, this is sort of a business question. We don't need to go deep in the weeds on this, but question about insurance. I imagine it's different for events than it is for traditional farming.
So we have to have insurance. Yeah, we have to have insurance. Obviously, the building is insured. It's very specific, like wagon rides, corn maze, like it's all laid out, So yeah, it's a lot of insurance. But we have a great insurance agent, great working relationship. So very thankful for that.
That's great. Okay. Technical question from Linda. Do you fertilize the sunflowers?
We do.
Mm-hmm.
We do.
I have only grown some gardens, and I have not been successful trying to grow sweet corn. And I know this is a totally different topic, but I've realized just from small gardening how difficult it is for crop farmers. Mm-hmm. That, I plant some tomato plants and I get that bottom rot, and I've read that it's a lack of calcium. I need to treat the soil for calcium, I think it is. The sweet corn, I've grown, 6-8 rows of sweet corn, and it produces these beautiful stalks and these little nothing ears. So it's, and I think about that at scale, if you're planting hundreds of acres, it's really a science, it's more than just planting seeds. And sunflowers are probably the same way for you, although we grow those and they're pretty robust, but still.
Yeah. I feel like sunflowers are kind of hard to kill. Pumpkins are very finicky, very, very, they don't like too much water. So they're harder to grow. I haven't grown sweet corn. I tried to grow it in our garden and raccoons ate it. So I have not successfully grown it either.
Well, if you had raccoons eating it, you probably did successfully grow it. It was good,
right.
But again, the tomatoes were difficult. I tried to grow broccoli and I couldn't get anything out of that. So it's difficult. So it's just, again, respect to what you do, to what farmers do on a big scale. And I know there are formulas and pesticides and things that you have to use, because otherwise you wouldn't get a crop. So
right.
Here's I'm sorry?
No, go ahead.
Here's a little more personal question from our friend John Ritter about what do you enjoy most about sharing your farm with the visitors?
What do I enjoy most? That's a good question. Camp is probably my favorite event. You get to see the kids interacting on their own with the animals in the garden. So I think just seeing kids enjoy what you want them to enjoy, you know, seeing it all come together. Tractor Parade is also a favorite event because you get to see the community come out. And like I said, to watch, you saw the parade, you know, it's like, it's not a hokey thing, but it's like the most basic thing. Just tractors from around the town coming to be in a parade, and we get a huge turnout. So I guess it's just seeing people enjoy being on the farm.
And so when you're at an event, like the Tractor Parade had hundreds of people there.
Yeah.
And are you able to step back and feel good to see people having so much fun? Or are you kind of more stressed out about, oh my gosh, there's all these people here and I've got this event happening? Or is it rewarding for you to see people with that joy?
It's rewarding. And like the parade is honestly a little bit emotional because it's so much work leading up to it. Like for the actual event, I can just kind of sit back because at that point the work is done, everything's ready, everything's there. So you can just kind of sit back and take it in like, wow, like look at all these people that came out to watch what you put together. So, and to have like the support of all the drivers that come year after year. I mean, we have some drivers that have been coming from the very beginning. So to have the drivers come back every year, the crowd gets bigger every year. Like it's kind of emotional. It's
fun. And several people have commented when they saw the video that they want to come next year.
Yeah.
So it kind of grows in that term as well. Now, if you think that question was difficult, here's one from our friends at South Jersey Preservation asking, what was your most successful surprise in terms of events and agritourism? So what?
Successful surprise. I mean, the pumpkin princess parties really took off. So we did pumpkin princess parties. My daughter's 12 now. So back when she was 3 and 4, when she was into the princesses, we did a lot of them then. And it was, you know, we got a good crowd, but these like people were going crazy online because their tickets were selling out so fast. So that was probably my most successful surprise event.
That's really fun. And let's give a plug for our friends at South Jersey Preservation, because you are hosting an event at your new facility, which again, we'll talk about that. Maybe this is a good segue for that, but you built this new event venue there at the farm, and it is set up for weddings, parties, events. It's a barn, and it's beautifully done. So you're hosting a Farmers Summit, which is being sponsored or presented by the South Jersey Preservation Group. And you're going to be on a panel discussion as well.
Yes. So that event's in February. Farmers are supposed to come out to just talk about issues with farming, struggles. They're feeding them twice. So the farmers will be excited about breakfast and lunch.
Nice.
So it should be a good day.
So we'll mention that if anybody is in the South Jersey area and would like to attend that farm summit, there are seats still available. And I guess the best thing they could do is go to this South Jersey Preservation Facebook group page. So that's what I would suggest. They could maybe click on that.
I know that there were still seats left last time I talked to them. So
right.
Hopefully people can still get in.
But that's great too, to have this summit to not only to listen to the needs of farmers, but also the camaraderie of getting farmers together. And that's always a great time when you're in any industry and you get together with fellow members of that industry. There are always valuable conversations that take place. And I've always enjoyed, whether it be being a content creator on YouTube or have a background in video production, anytime I would attend an event with folks in the industry, it was always the little side conversations where you would take away and you'd learn something new, like a little tip or trick, or how do you do this, or how do you deal with this issue? And it's a great opportunity for people to come together like that.
I agree. And I feel like any event I attend or any events we have here, like there's always something that comes of it, like some kind of marketing thing or, just there's always a connection made that's helpful.
Right. Right. Now we talked earlier about possible grants. Have you used any opportunities to develop your business at this point?
So I'm in the process of trying to get an economic development grant from NJ EDA. We got a grant from Century Savings Bank, so that was very nice. Salem Health and Wellness. Salem Health and Wellness Foundation did give us a grant earlier this year as well, which was a huge help.
Great. But you've made a huge personal investment in this business.
Yeah.
I mean, again, the event barn. Let's talk about that a little bit. Did that just come about out of a need for space, or what made you think about having an actual event venue there?
So we have been functioning out of a barn currently on the farm that has no heat, no air, and no bathrooms. So we would have porta pots. So in the summertime, these poor kids are coming to camp. We're all hot, we're all sweaty, and then you have to go in a hot porta pot. It was terrible. So I mean, it's been in the works for a while, and I talked to my dad and my mom, and I said if I feel like if we build it, they will come. So now I need everybody to come to the barn. So we really wanted to have indoor bathrooms and the ability to run year round. So with the heated barn. So it just, the township required I get an architect. So hired an architect. It all just kind of snowballed. My initial goals with the barn weren't for it to look as nice as it does, but I'm glad it does. But that was not the initial, like we were just trying to be a little bit fancier than where we were.
Well, you succeeded.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Because it's I don't want to say it's a typical pole barn structure from the outside, right, because it has some nice design features to it and elements. But when you step inside, it's really amazing. I mean, the detail that you have, and the barn doors, that are modern but yet rustic, and multiple rooms, and you did such a great job with it.
Thank you.
Big fireplace at the end.
Yeah, fireplace. There's the kitchen in there. So we're doing ice cream on Sundays. That was part of the selling point for my dad, was that I have ice cream inside. So we have ice cream. Like I said, the bathrooms, there's a couple different rooms. There's a big room that's named after my grandma that we can host up to 150. And then the two smaller rooms, I don't know how much you saw when you were there. The two smaller rooms seat about 40. And then we have the unfinished part that we use for a lot of the field trips and birthday parties, that has the kids play area in it. I
think I saw most of it when I was there, but it was packed with people.
Yeah, so. It was
great. Someone made a comment asking if they could see a picture of the barn. So I'm doing this basic style here with the phone, but that's the barn. Is that the side view there? It looks like.
I can't.
I'll put it up there again.
That's the front, yeah.
Okay, the front when you come in there, and my camera's not focusing too well on that. Yeah, and it's still a functioning barn too, right? You have kind of a machine shed at the end here.
Yes. Yeah. So originally when we started this adventure, my dad said I could have the front third of the barn. So as we started building and going through, he said, well, you might as well just take the whole barn. So originally I was only supposed to have the front third, and then he said I could use the rest of the barn. So it just kind of, I would have laid it out different, I guess, if we had known we were going to take the whole barn from the beginning.
Yeah. But you built new structure onto the barn, right?
Just the porches are new.
Is that right? So this was an existing barn.
Yeah. It's 80 by 200.
Right.
Was the existing barn, and we just added the porches on.
Okay. I thought you built this section from the ground up. So
No,
Because
it was
it
all.
looks brand new all the way around. It's really
Yeah,
amazing.
we did take off the siding and it needed a new roof anyway, but I put on like the board and batten metal siding just to make it
Right.
look fancier than a regular pole
Yeah.
barn.
But then insulation, electric, plumbing, HVAC, like all
Mhm.
that, so
Mhm.
much. And someone's asking about weddings. You are hosting weddings there, so that's
Yeah, we have
that's
one booked for November of 2026. So
is that your first wedding on site or
yeah,
have you? Okay,
yeah, we opened September 29th of this year. So we were busy with all our, I mean, and it would have been hard to pull off a wedding in a couple months anyway, but
right,
yeah, our first one is November and we'll see if anybody else, I've had a couple people look, but nobody else has booked. So
right. That's great. And um, weekly events you've had. I think there was a local meeting that was held there recently.
yeah, so there was the county municipality
Uh-huh.
meeting where all the municipalities come, and they actually had a guy, a speaker on agritourism as well. I forget his name off the top of my head, but that was very well attended. Lots of
Right.
representation from county officials, local, and I think some assemblymen were there as well.
Okay. Well, that's great. And I see Chris is sharing links. Thank you, Chris, for sharing the photos, the link to Amanda's website. Um,
I see somebody had a question about life safety. So we don't have sprinklers, but we did have to put in firewalls to meet the life safety requirements.
oh yeah, the 5/8 drywall or the double thick drywall for
Lots of drywall. We
yeah.
have
Once you go commercial, it's different.
yeah, cinder block, 2 cinder block walls, and then drywall on each side of the cinder block, 4 layers or something crazy.
Right. And I understand you put a massive commercial septic system in. So these are
Sure do.
big
Sure.
investments. They
They
really are.
are. So come visit the farm.
That's right. We need you to
Yeah.
come visit the farm. And,
Yeah, so if anybody has ideas or suggestions for events that they would like to see at the farm or events other farms hold in your area, I'm all ears.
yeah, this is all relatively new and growing, so you're expanding. You've on your website, is there a contact form if people have ideas and want to
Oh
reach
yeah.
out to you? Okay,
Yep.
great. So if you have ideas, shoot them over to Amanda at the website. I'm sure that she'd love to hear from you. Let her know you watched tonight. So, um, so what else? Is there anything with your particular agritourism model that we haven't talked about, or you've done the farm camp, the sunflowers and pumpkins, different events, event venue, corn maze?
Probably just like I'm big on helping to promote other people in the area as well. So I think we are all at work better with teamwork.
Yeah,
So we do the Carve for a Cause Columbus Day weekend, where we do a big carve event, and all the money that's generated from people, they vote for their favorite carved pumpkin, and the money that's generated goes to a local farm animal rescue in Piles Grove, New Jersey. It's called Corgi Run. So she's been a huge supporter of us. Like she comes to our events. You know, we try to help each other because I feel like we're all better together than.
there's so much value in that, especially we're in a very rural area, and that's not easy for a business. So the more that businesses can work together, it's a win-win. It's great.
And I try to tap on local businesses too to come out to talk to the kids at camp. So there's Slabtown Pedal Pickers. She comes out and does like a little flower arrangement with the kids. Sickler Circleview Farms will come out and do talk about the animals that they raise. And I just feel like it's a way for them to market what they're doing to
Yeah.
45 kids that take home a business card. I just feel like it's a win-win for everybody.
And we have more and more farms, which I kind of credit to young farmers who are trying different things. Like you mentioned, Sicklers and Triple C.
Yeah.
They're doing they're where you can buy farm products, farm to table, local raised produce and meat. And so we're seeing more and more in that come forward. And I think it is kind of like next generation farming, which is great to see. So you had mentioned earlier about volunteers, and a question from Margaret about what volunteers do. And
so I have amazing volunteers that tend to the garden. So it's a husband and wife couple. They come out as whenever they need to tend to the garden, water it, pull weeds. They really took it over this year, and they planted all kinds of things I'd never even seen or heard of before. You can help out with field trips. I have a volunteer that cleans the barn. So there's tons of opportunities I would love to have a volunteer for the barnyard itself, that somebody that comes maybe once a week and like really cleans it. Or even if somebody wanted to come daily, brush the animals, feed them, change water buckets. We did partner up with the Glassboro High School has an 18 to 22-year-old program, special needs kids that come out once a week and they volunteer. So they'll clean out water buckets. They'll help sweep the barn, wipe tables, that kind of stuff. So they're also huge help as well.
And for your farm camp as well, you have volunteers. I would imagine you need to up your volunteerism for those weeks, because you have a lot of kids there. We do.
We have a lot. We do.
All right. We're going to do a giveaway here in a moment, but important question from somebody named Jennifer. That's some cat rescue. What happened there?
How did I know she was going to post something, right?
Thanks, Jennifer.
So
I know a little bit about the cat rescue.
Yeah. So I heard a cat Monday night, couldn't find it. Tuesday afternoon, I hear it's raining really hard Tuesday afternoon. I hear it crying in the barn, go into the barn. I can't find the cat, but I can hear it. Well, it's in our man lift, like inside the machinery, like where the hydraulic boom thing goes up and down. So I can't get the cat to come out. So long story short, I stick my hand in and try to drag the cat out because I think it's stuck in there and can't get out. And the cat bit me. So it wasn't one of my cats. It was a feral cat. So I went to the next day, it was already swelling up. So I thought it was infected. So I went to urgent care. They sent me to the hospital to get rabies shots. So now I'm currently getting rabies shots. I don't think the cat had rabies, but as a precaution, I'm now getting rabies shots. So she thinks it's very funny.
As a sister would.
Yes.
So, and the other part of that is you lost the cat. You don't know where the cat is. Right?
Yeah. So I have nothing.
All that, nothing at all. Well, hopefully the cat is healthy enough and out there somewhere. But cats don't like to be grabbed, apparently. Right.
I really thought I was helping it, and it didn't want to be rescued. So mistakes were made on Tuesday.
It happens, all with good intentions. So Wade is sending out a suggestion. Wade's out in Texas, and they have a local farm that does Thursday night farmers market, live music, food trucks each week. So that's a heavy lift, I'm sure, but that's a neat idea to have some food trucks. And
interesting, a Thursday night. That's interesting.
Yeah. So that's more to think about, but I mean live music is always fun. So that's a great
I'm
thing.
in.
Yeah.
All
right.
I didn't think about a Thursday night though. That's interesting.
Yeah. So we'll have Wade come out from Texas and help set that
there
up.
There we go. Yeah.
So, another suggestion. They're coming in now. Butterfly conservatory, beehives.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
My aunt would love the butterflies.
Yeah, that's always a fun thing too. Yep. All right. Wade's on his way from Texas. Great. So we're gonna do Amanda, my sticker giveaway that I do every week now. But I think you had something you were going to contribute as well. Is that right?
I do. I will happily give a sweatshirt, t-shirt, whatever the winner would like.
That is really generous.
I don't have a sample here, but pretend.
Okay. Well, we'll make that happen. So that's great. So the way this works for anybody who's watching who hasn't watched before, this is only for the live stream guests who are watching live, and it's on Facebook or YouTube. So if you're watching from either platform, you can enter this giveaway. And what we're going to do is put a word or a phrase on the screen. You're going to type that word or phrase, and then we will randomly generate a winner. So here's what we'll do. The word to enter on the screen is #FarmFun. So for those of you who are watching live, enter #FarmFun. It can be uppercase or lowercase or a combination. No spaces. Make sure you use the hashtag. And that is all you have to do. See how Chris did that? And Hunter, #FarmFun. A lot of entries rolling in, Amanda.
I'm excited.
All right, so I don't want to say that I hope a Canadian person doesn't win or something, no, but we'll help ship it to Canada if we have to. I gave away a candy bar one time, Amanda, on the live stream. It was the Goldenberg peanut shoes, and because they're a local Philadelphia company, or they started out locally, and our friend David from Canada won the candy bar, and I forget what it cost me. It was like $14 to ship the candy bar to Canada.
Ship $1 candy bar. That's funny.
Yeah. So, but he returned the favor, sent me some Canadian candy back, so it was good.
Nice. I will happily ship it wherever.
Well, that's very kind. So, all right, we've got, looks like about half the people watching have entered so far. So I don't know why everybody wouldn't enter to win this. Why didn't I wear my Coombs Barnyard sweatshirt tonight? I'm sorry. I've been wearing it all around.
Oh, good.
But I didn't put it on today.
Yeah, we need a different gift for next year too, because sized gifts, nightmare.
Oh yeah, you have to have multiple sizes, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And those were gifts for your participants?
Yes.
That's nice too. That's costly, really.
But we can't do a parade without the participants, so I feel like
True. That's true.
it's kind of like it's helping them help me kind of thing. So,
but it's really a great event because you're charging for some parking, but for a family to come in for a few dollars is really a great time.
Yeah, that event was always our end of year, like thank you to the community, and it wasn't about making money. So
right,
we just try to break even.
Yeah, well, and people appreciate it, obviously, because there aren't many places that a family of any size can go, and as I said on the video, it's nice because it's not an all-day event. You come out in the morning, you watch the parade, you hang around, you have some vendors set up inside, and some fun activities for the kids with like the little shops that you had set up for them to play in, and the corn
pool.
Yes. So that's all good. All right, this song ran out on me once already, but I'm going to draw here, and we will see who our winner is tonight of stickers and a t-shirt or sweatshirt from Amanda. Let's do it. Jackie Filson Elder. Is that anybody that you know?
I do know her.
That's awesome.
Ironically, she has one of our farm camp kittens from a couple of years ago. So now she'll have a sweatshirt to go with her farm camp kitten.
That is awesome. Congratulations, Jackie. Well, Jackie, even though you know Amanda, I'm going to ask you to send me an email at contactmcgtv@gmail.com with your mailing address, your shipping address, and I will send you these stickers. If Amanda doesn't have it, I'll pass on your address to Amanda. And that's fun. Did you say she had a kitten?
Yeah, so we get kittens for camp every year, and the goal is to adopt them out, help them find a home. So she has one of the kittens, one of the
Wow.
non-biting.
Yeah, right. Is that what you were doing, trying to get this year's kitten?
No.
I'm sure the kittens you get are much healthier than that, or friendlier too.
Friendlier, yeah.
That's great. That's another great service you're offering, because there are a lot of cats in the world.
There are.
Are you a cat person generally?
I'm more of a dog person.
Okay.
I have cats though. I have cats
Okay.
and I have a dog, but definitely more of a dog. I feel like you just kind of acquire cats. No one really seeks out a cat. They kind of just find you.
That's true. I've had many through the years, and they were always either strays or came from somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't. I have security cameras around the property here, and I see one that comes every night, but I've never actually encountered it. So it's just I don't know if it's a neighbor's cat or a feral cat, but it shows up on the cameras.
Don't try to catch it.
Right?
Don't try to catch it.
Fair warning, right? Advice from Amanda. Well, listen, Amanda, I thank you for joining me tonight. This was really a good time, and I hope that we got to talk about all the things you wanted to talk about.
Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time to have me on.
You bet. And again, for folks who are watching, you can check out CoombsBarnyard.com. If you're in the area, you can certainly attend one of the local events. If you're not in the area, you can still have the kids come out for farm camp and either come for the day or find a local place to stay. But a lot of good things. The corn maze, which we're through that. That was just this past fall, so we're done with the corn maze at this point, right?
Yep. Just need ideas.
Yes. Again, CoombsBarnyard.com. Go to the contact form and send Amanda any ideas that you've either seen or that you think might work well with what she's doing here. So, all right. Thanks again, Amanda. Hey, good luck with the panel discussion at the Farmers Summit coming up in February. And folks can log on to South Jersey Preservation Facebook page, which was also posted on here as a link. Learn more about that. So that should do it, right?
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Amanda. I really appreciate it. Well, thanks, folks. I appreciate you watching tonight. I hope you enjoyed meeting Amanda and learning about agritourism. It's a great way to support local business, local farms. And if you have any questions, reach out. Thanks a bunch. Have a great week. And as always, I look forward to seeing you next time.